Happy Christmas! Here I am at midnight putting on my red dress for a special occasion because I just had the most profound realisation. I want to pass it on to you all because it applies to you all, it applies to all of us. Do you remember that video I did a couple of days ago when the little message came at the end of it? Well, I don't know how many of you watched till the end, but anyway, the message did come from Jeshua when I was complaining about this muddly room. I said, I wish I had somewhere nicer. And he said, you're sitting in a stable waiting for me. And I passed it on to you. That's what we're all waiting for, this Christ consciousness or something, whatever we think it is, you know. It's all been very vague so far, I think. Anyway, I had a fairly good day yesterday. I managed to go shopping, and of course it's Christmas Eve and I was on my own. I was managing, I was managing. So I'm a bit overwhelmed, to be honest, and you will be. I managed to get through the night, went to bed, and it was just after midnight and I was still awake, and I said, Happy Christmas, everybody. And I suddenly realised, midnight, the Christ in the stable. Christ had come. Christ had come to visit. Christ had, I'm trying to find the words to explain it, because for me, and this of course is for everybody, the first thing that happened actually, it was just after I went to bed. I do a bit of writing, then I go to bed, and my heart chakra was, as I was talking, what was I doing? No, I was writing. That's right, a picture of him came up, one of these shorts, lovely picture, just a few words, and I said, oh, you are beautiful. And I immediately felt my heart chakra, felt it was on fire. It was burning, really hot sensation, not unpleasantly so, but I thought, gosh, that's the heart chakra connection. Now the heart chakra connection is very important because it represents, in the Kabbalah, Tipereth, which is the gateway that the actual three wise men had to pass through, and we all have to pass through to get to the higher self. This is, so I understand it. So I went to bed feeling a bit peculiar, I think, and then that's right, I got up to write. I can't remember the details, so I'm a bit muddly, obviously, but the initial thing was this heart chakra. I was watching a vision of him, and I just said something, thank you or something, and then I felt this connection with the heart chakra. I think I went to bed then, and I woke up just a little bit later with this sudden realisation. That's how the Christ consciousness is going to come to everybody, through the heart chakra. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it, really, You say it's a consciousness as well, but I think the heart chakra is the one that's being, the final one that's being stimulated for all of us, And I thought, I must pass this on, because I think I was getting, I won't tell you how old I am, but it's not long to go, that's for sure. And I think this is kind of, for me, the final frontier. As they say, the final frontier, I don't think there's much more that I have to do on the personal level to get to wherever. So I just wanted to pass that on because it was such a eureka moment. That's what it means. The Christ in the stable, that's all the stories. The Pleiadians say it's a story that's been made up to explain the visit of the Christ consciousness that comes to the heart chakra. I don't know. I'm thinking, why am I doing this? I was already in bed in my nightie, and I said, I've got to pass this on because it's a very, very important thing. It is important because I've experienced it. I know what it means, and I think you've got to pass this on because everybody, if your heart chakras are shaking or palpitating or feeling, that's a visit from the Christ consciousness. I feel sure that's what it is anyway. So what time is it? It's really not worth doing a video, but I don't know what else to say. I just want to say, really, I suppose I've been thinking about my last videos. I know what I've got to stop doing is to talk about personal circumstances that are too personal, because they don't, they're my particular. I think I do it because you're my only friend. I don't have anyone else to talk to, so that's why I do it. And I reflect on it afterwards, thinking, well, it could have helped somebody, it could have not. I don't know, but that's what I'm trying to change. So I mean, isn't it wonderful? I mean, it is a wonderful, wonderful thing that this can happen. This beautiful, beautiful energy, and it's beautiful. The love, it is the loving energy, should come to visit. And obviously I was ready, and I guess a lot of us are. And will be. It's a question of timing, I guess. Really, I don't understand what's really happening, but I was. Oh, I wish I could read it out to you. I might not read. There we are. That's the Master Peter. I will tell you this as well. I'm just feeling I have to do that. It's the Master Peter. This book's written, well, it was published in 1970s, so he's a very, very ancient master. And this book, I don't think it's in print now, but it's full of his quotes. Absolutely wonderful, whenever you want an answer. And this was written, it's published in the 1970s, and this is written. I thought I must read this out because, well, I don't know who I'm talking to really, or what you know or don't know. I just assume you're as enlightened as me, perhaps not as much. So what's happened here? I pressed the thing and the camera, it's gone forward. I'm going to get up again, put this on a bit. It's got a very peculiar camera, which is very temperamental, a bit like me. And so I'm going to read this out, and then I'll say goodbye. She said, today, this is 1960s probably, the Spirit is leading humanity into new ways. The whole solar system has entered a new realm. After a time, men of science will prove the Earth itself has entered a new configuration with the Sun. We are coming into contact with virgin matter, and those who are ready will enter into the new life that's hidden within it, and will be resurrected. And those who are not ready will have to wait to be taken up in the future. Prepare yourself for the coming of the Spirit. How do you think of that? I only read that yesterday. And it is a question of being prepared, I think, on all levels. It's a question of being prepared. I think in the Bible, Jesus talks about the seven wise virgins. Have your oil lamps ready. Whenever you look at this thing, things start coming at you. They do for me anyway. That's what it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. Stuff you don't read about. I mean, I just picked that up. I've had that book about 20 years, and that was written at least 50 years ago. So it's incredible, isn't it? Incredible. And that's what's happening. We are being realigned to new configuration, but then new earth, the virgin territory that we're all going into. Hence we need this connection with the Christ self in our heart chakras. Oh, it's about that then. Alright, and darlings, I won't keep you. I couldn't. I just knew I couldn't go to sleep until I passed that message on, to be prepared for the coming of the Lord. No, it's true. It's a very gentle. I mean, obviously, it's right for everybody because he's such a marvelous teacher, a marvelous being, marvelous. That I do feel that he's able to tune into the individual so perfectly that he's perfect for everybody. So whatever happens, it will be right for you. Okay. Because my heart chakra's been closed all my life. It was closed very early on in my childhood, and it's taken me a whole lifetime to open it up again. That's another story. Alright, my darlings, well, have a good day, whatever you're going to be doing. I've got my free dinner. Take care. God bless.